What's up, Mix? This is Fred. Welcome to another episode of A Lone Wolf in Black Sheep's Clothing. So I got a couple requests on doing a video about westernized Asian American women, and there's not really much to talk about because hence emphasize on the word American. They're all gonna be thinking the same way as other American women here. Okay? So just lay that to rest. The thing is, it's the culture. There's always gonna be like those stereotypical like cliques throughout high school and throughout life. There's always gonna be those jocks, preppy girls, nerdy girls. I mean, you get the picture. The archetypes of different kinds of women, and from my experience, they're everywhere. Like I'm related to them, so I interact with them. There's the kind of girls I hang out around. They're more like the party type of girls. So, and even then, like, I'm more of a loner myself. So, whenever I go out to see the parties, they're either two things. Like, they're either the awkward, don't know what to do at a party kind of girls, or the girls who like to drink and get effed up. So. I'm not sure which one sounds appealing, but from what I've seen, it's just like going to a regular party. It's people so it's not like you're going to go out and hit on them or anything. But they're just like any other kind of girl, like any girl that that's of like white or black, same thing. So I don't know exactly what you're looking for me talking about it, but I know there's just like misconception on Asian women or Asian people in general, how they're like more subservient and they're more family oriented. Well, just like Asians are just as family oriented, if not more so than Hispanic people. Hispanics are very, very family oriented. Trust me, I work with them, and I highly respect that. So it's not a matter of like going back to the mother country and picking up Mail Order Bride or something like that. Sure, there's like things where it's come to my attention that people marry to come here, so that they can bring that into their lives here, like that whole family unit mindset of a woman over here. But there's always a matter of risking that they're going to take advantage of you and screw you over. So it happened to my grandpa. My grandpa went back to Laos when he was still alive. He was like 60. This was like a couple of years ago when I was still in high school. But I had a step grandmother, and my step grandmother ended up taking over my grandpa's household, moving other Laotian people that she met in the Laotian community back in San Jose, and basically evicted my old grandpa out of his own house. And she was, I don't know the exact story or details, I just know that's how it happened. So my grandpa was probably thinking the same thing, like, I'm just gonna get another wife and move here and I'm gonna be happy. Nope, not exactly how it works. when you live in America, you live with a huge amount of risk, just like anywhere else. So, yeah, with that risk comes freedom. The freedom to do what you want, you know. But then if you bring other people in, they also have the freedom to do what they want. And that's the appeal of being in America. Because like in other countries like Vietnam, Laotian society, they're under more like communistic, socialistic rule, and they can't do what they want. So once they get here, they're gonna come and take advantage of that. But hey, as long as you know that you have good chemistry with this person, and they're not gonna try anything when they're here. But I think being with like an Asian American woman here, it's gonna be like being with any other Asian American woman here. It's just the only thing is you have to understand the cultural background when they're Vietnamese, Laotian, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Taiwanese. Oh, you better know if they're Taiwanese or Chinese. That's a huge difference right there. Yeah, Taiwanese people get offended if you call them Chinese, and Chinese people get offended if you call them Taiwanese, because they have a history that's very similar to how the relationship between Britain and America was like. Once for mainland rule, motherland rule, and others for more autonomy, freedom. You can guess which one's which, but I've seen different sides to women, and things that I've seen in common with all of them is just, whether they have a place in their life for you. Just like any relationship. That's just like a standard thing. And if you have common goals, common interests, and if you have feelings for one another by spending time together. So if you want to date Asian women, ask them out and see where that gets you. So you can put that burning question to rest. Don't have misconceptions and idealisms on the Asian woman. I think that they're nice and they can be cute, but they're only cute and nice to you if they like you, or until they can see that they no longer have use for you. And that's from what I've experienced myself. What guy hasn't, I'm pretty sure there's always been somebody in y'all's life where you've had this girl talking to you, flirting with you, but then as soon as she doesn't feel the need to be in contact with you anymore, repulse law, then there's no such contact, regardless of if you took her out and had conversations with her. If she doesn't feel like she's going to benefit anything productive out of you, especially if you're onto her, they're not going to put in any more time and effort and give you the time of day. So, there's not much you can do about that. But rather than just being careful and understanding where your desires come from, and if it's worth it, if your desire is worth acting upon it. And hey, if you can, get with them and they like you for you, all the more power to you. If not, you don't see anything other than being with them in the short term, more power to you too. I think being a man and going your own way is about making up your own philosophy and choosing what to do without having anybody else's input influencing that. I used to be very influenceable, because I didn't have critical thinking on my own. Like, I didn't even know what critical thinking was. Like, what the whole concept of critical thinking, the thing that really made me understand it was the word critic in critical. You have to think for yourself. What do you think about it, rather than looking to other people for answers, looking at what they think, and then making your decision based on that, rather than your own initial gut feeling, thinking about what you want, thinking about what you like. And if you're having to ask somebody else about it, or looking up the answer from somebody else, I mean, this is the internet after all, and everyone's got an answer for everything, like an opinion. So yeah, just ask girls out, ask Asian girls out if you're so inclined. I mean, it's gonna be the same story anyway. So, but it's just mainly about attraction. And if you need to ask about Asian women, Vietnamese women especially, this younger generation, it's very influenced by pop culture. I mean, I'm young too, so I follow pop culture. Like, we like hip hop, rap. If for the more like Asian-y kind of stuff, K-pop, choreography, dancing. That's what like young Asian girls are into right now. There's always going to be those nerdy girls, like who are into the professional career, the academic career. I'm like a mix of everything, so I'm just mainly focused on succeeding. The whole redefining my concept and definition of success and failure. Figuring out what kind of man I want to be, who I want to be in the future. And because I'm not satisfied with who I am now, especially who I am right now, who I have become. But yeah, just make your own opinion, man. There's people that like Asian girls, I get that, but they're just like people, you and me. They're like people like you and me. They eat Asian food, Vietnamese food, Korean food. Oh yeah, if you want to get closer to a girl of a particular race, know about their food and what's it called. Like, let me give you some examples. Like Vietnamese people, we like to eat pho, which is Vietnamese noodle soup with the meatballs and the meat that we put raw into like a boiling bowl of hot soup, hot broth. I'm very Americanized, so my pronunciation of these words are very, very inaccurate. So, especially since Vietnamese is a very tonal language, so something can be spelled the same way but pronounced very, very differently and have two totally different meanings. Like my name, Tam, Tam. In Vietnamese, it's Tam. It means heart. Tam means taking a bath. So you can see the fine line between the two. It's very tonal. But yeah, just look up their food. Go out, eat their food, try it out, find out what it's called, and know how to recognize it when you start talking to girls that you like. So yeah, that's about it. Asian girls, woo! Alright, if you like my videos, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button, like it, share it, I don't care. So, spread out. Peace.